Greetings, friends, and welcome to practice today. We're here on the very first of the 3 days of the equinox, that point where the sun returns to center to 0 degrees of Aries, the midpoint between the Tropic of Cancer, the Crab in the north, and the Tropic of Capricorn in the south. So today we're going to really kind of try to embody that quality of balance and stillness and equilibrium in the practice. So let's begin by taking a seat on a low brick or a similar rise. We'll also need a chair in today's practice at some point. So make sure that you have that ready, as well as just all the ordinary props that we usually use. All right, let's take a seat. So have your legs out long in a Dandasana shape. Have the feet at hip distance apart and open up the soles of the feet to spread the toes, and find that the sole of the foot, the place where we receive the grounding, becomes open and clear as best as you're able. If there's any problems in the lower back, go right on ahead and do the same shape with bent knees. Fingertips to the floor behind you. See if you can have the palm facing the wall behind you as well, and just dome the palm of the hand down on the floor. You want to be able to bend the elbows, and here you spin the skin of the upper arm back. Draw the shoulder blades together through that action, and close your eyes. Imagine that you're trying to bring the shoulder blades together, the tips of the elbows together. Let that open the chest in front of you. But then at the same time, we want to temper that tendency to over-open here by lifting the back ribs up. So it's like finding a balance between where you bring the shoulder blades in to create openness in the chest, and where you drop the front ribs down. Same language, lift the back ribs. It's the same thing, and create a counter shape. So just feel it out in your body. If you can feel 2 lines of the abdominals switching on, you know that you're in the right place. Imagine you pressing now, crown of the head straight up through a heavy brick or a heavy book, and then at the same time press the heads of the thighs deep into the floor. Inhale fully. And as you exhale, bend the right knee, bring the heel of the foot to line up with the right sitting bone, and raise the right arm up. Get length through the right side body. Hold that left leg nice and strong as you drop the right elbow down inside the left knee and rotate the body towards the left. So we're open twisting. Nice deep breaths here. Press down into the right foot, lengthen all the way up into the crown of the head. See if you can still feel that heavy volume on the head. Straighten through the right arm if you have that capacity here. Spread the fingers, open the palm. Inhale. Feel the side walls of the body softening, and as you exhale, turn the head to the right. Again, breathe in, lift straight up through the crown. And exhale, let it go. Come straight back to that Dandasana, that balanced, equal seat. Bend the left leg up. Bring the heel in line with the buttock and sitting bone. Raise the left arm up towards the ceiling, breathing in. Strong right leg, breathe out. Drop the left elbow inside the knee and turn towards the right this time. Press down through that left foot so that you activate the downward, the descending quality of the body, the grounding. And then at the same time, reach up through the soft palate to find the lift, the levity, the height. And then balance those two qualities inside you as you just gently drop those front ribs down, lift the back ribs up, and feel both descending and ascending equalize. Breathing in. Breathing out, turn the head to the left, looking over the left shoulder, and then inhale, release the shape. Both legs out long, coming back, Dandasana. Breathe in. Breathe out, bend the right knee up. You know we like repetition. Steady through the long left leg. Raise the right arm up. Get long through the right side body. We use that. Now, as you exhale and twist this time, look up towards the roof. Turn the body towards the left. Keep looking up. Drop that right elbow down inside the right knee, and then slowly lower the chin towards the left collarbone. So we're still twisting to the left in that open twisting style. We've repeated the same pose, but just looking where we can deepen it. Straighten through the right arm. Lean forward a little. See if you can grab the big toe. Lift up. See if you can go further. Grab the little toe. If you can't grab the leg, that's okay. Stay where you are. No problem. And as you pull up, you're lifting those right ribs up and away, turning the body here. Inhale. Exhale, turn the head to the right. Breathe in, get long. Keep lifting. Breathe out, release. Oof. Feel it deepening. Inhale. Exhale, left foot, draw it up. Keep the spine long. Stay focused. Inhale, raise the left arm up. Okay, so we're going to twist to the right. We want to look up and turn the body to the right. Then keep looking up, drop the left elbow down, and then slowly turn the gaze and drop the chin towards the right collarbone. So we're just attempting to balance the neck here. Okay, front ribs in, lift the back ribs off. Feel the descend, ascend balance in the shape. Feel the expansion, feel the grounding. Okay, straighten through the left arm. Just see how that feels. These are all optional extensions. Reach down, grab the big toe side of the left foot. That would be the right foot. If you can go a little bit further, can you grab the little toe side? You can always use a strap here. Turning, turning. Good, inhale. Exhale, turn the head to the left. Reach up, lift up, pull up. And then exhale, release. Both legs out long, lift the chest. Right leg draws up. 3 times the charm. Great, raise the right arm up with inhale. Look up. Exhale, turning left. Drop that right elbow inside the right knee. Just repeat, repeat, repeat. This is the 3rd time now. Okay, stay with this. Or straighten the right arm. So just drop the chin down. All right, reach out. Big toe, little toe. See what you want to grab. See what's available to you. Or go a little bit further and wrap that right arm behind you, crossing the upper arm at the right shin, and bind the hands, the back of the body. Okay, press down through the right foot. Reach up into that imaginary heavy volume on the head, and can you move the ribs away from the hips evenly, front and back? Inhale. Exhale, turn the gaze to the right. And inhale, release, coming back, Dandasana. Okay, last one, left leg. So you know where we're going now, which always makes it a little bit more fun. Inhale, raise the left arm up, look up. Exhale, turning to the right now. Drop the elbow down to the inner knee and drop the chin down to the right collarbone. Stay here. Straighten the left arm. Maybe grab the big toe, maybe grab the little toe. Pull and lift. Okay, go a little further if you can. Wrapping the left upper arm bone around the left Shin bone. Can you interlace the fingers? Keep lifting, keep twisting, keep turning. And then lift the ribs up off the hips. Find the balance between where you drop and where you rise. Good. Inhale. Exhale, turning the head to the left. Good. And then inhale, release. Deep, slow breaths from the very base of you as we start to stir these energies. Let's go ahead and cross the ankles over. We're getting ready to come to a downward facing dog. We're going to keep the brick right where it is. Come through to all fours and drop your outer ankles to the brick. Tuck your toes under. You can grip the brick more properly once we're up if you're finding it a little bit hard from this space. So toes tucked, brick is sort of in between the feet. Like I can kind of lift the feet up. I've wedged it between my big toe mounds. Drop the buttock back to the heel here and extend the arms forwards. Now, think about that same action. Knit the front ribs down, or another way that I could say that is to lift the back ribs away from the hips. Press wide palms, index finger forward, press the palms down into the floor, lift the inner arms, feel the space coming in around the neck, around the shoulders and upper back. And then just a little bit bring the pubic bone to the navel so that you feel that rolling hold from deep in the body. And then from there, straighten the legs, coming through downward dog, and adjust your feet to either side of that brick so that you have the brick to guide the grounding here. Breathe. See if you can line the ears up with the upper arms. It's okay to bend the knees here. Now, as you press the hands down, feel the weight down and forward. Feel the weight coming into the upper body. And as you squeeze the brick and tip the tail slightly down towards the backs of the knees, feel the weight coming into the back body, the lower body. Walk the hands backwards towards the feet. And just hold yourself in a half lift for a moment. With one hand, grab that brick and bring it up between the calf muscles. Now just find where it's comfortable on that lower leg space for you to grip into the brick. Ensure that your feet, the little toe side of your foot is parallel to the outside edge of the mat. Don't corrupt the feet. All right, hands to the floor. Now, start to slowly walk forwards into a short downward dog. So the balls of both feet are on the floor, the hands are on the floor, the brick is squeezed. Slowly go a little bit further, one more hand span. Squeeze that brick into those inner calf muscles. Can you go one hand span further? Maybe you can even go one hand span further again. Balance the quality of the pose, the hold of the pose between the hands and the legs. I tell you, the tendency in downward dog is for a student to plunge the weight into the shoulders and kind of forget about the legs. So I want you to squeeze that brick, be present in the story of the legs. Inhale. Exhale, walk the hands backwards once again to the feet. With one hand, grab the brick. Now we've been working with the brick on its long face. So now we're going to turn it to its narrow face and slide it up between the middle of the thigh bones. Adjust your feet to accommodate the brick. Check little toe side of the foot parallel to the outer edge of the mat. Squeeze the brick, walk forward, create that short dog. So short dog means heels of the feet on the floor. Walk one hand span forward again. Just kind of creeping at a hand span at a time until you're in the full pose. Heels just lifted off the floor. Now deeply squeeze that brick. You might start to feel some release happening around the sitting bones or the sacral edges. Balance the weight between the hands and the feet as the belly breathes at the center of you. Slow breath, follow the movement of the belly in and out. Your only job is to be in between the upper and the lower body with equal attention. Good, and walk the hands backwards to the feet. Let's remove that brick and drop it to the side. Half lift and look up. Walk yourself through into a plank shape. No bricks, no props, just your hands, your feet, and your mid-body. When you're ready, knees down. Inhale. Chest down between the thumbs. Exhale. Pubic bone to the navel. Come and lay yourself flat on the belly. Now we've been doing a lot of forward bending in those downward facing dogs. So expect the back to need a moment to adjust. Okay, let's bring the pubic bone forward into the mat and just start to switch on the stabilizing of the back body here. Before we lift anything, before we get to engaged in anything else. All right, raise the right leg and just step it back. Raise the left leg, step it back. Feel like you're broadening the groin fronts. Sitting bones moving towards the heels. Already I'm working that lower body, so switch it on. Hands beside you. Actually, let's take the fingertips beyond the mat and level with the shoulders, set up for rolling cobras. Roll the shoulder blades down the back, and as you inhale, just let your spine guide you as to how high you lift. And exhale, lower down. Feet are at about hip distance or wider. All right, inhale, you lift. Exhale, you fall. Just start to go in your own breath. So just sort of gently encouraging the spine to open, the disc spaces to plump. These types of prone back bends are really critical for the practice. Any season, anytime you practice your yoga, it's really good to throw some of these in. It just helps bring confidence into the back body, gives the discs and the vertebral bodies a chance to fire up and switch on before we put too much demand on them for complex shapes. All right, one more. Good, and release. All right, hands beside you as if for cobra, and then inhale, lift the hands, lift the chest. Okay, depending on the lower back, raise the feet, the legs, the thighs. Shoot the hands back behind you, palms to the roof, Salabhasana. Lift a little higher. Okay, now lower the legs nearly to the floor. Bring the pubic bone to the navel, and then from the front of the thighs, lift up again. Breathe. Right into the lower back. Push the roof away with the hands. Inhale fully. Exhale, release. Rest. Let the buttock go a little. A few deep breaths. Relax everything, all the efforting, all the thinking, all the trying. Let it go. Even the soles of the feet should feel soft in the rest moment. Okay, so same thing, we're going to just switch it on. So pubic bone comes to the navel, hands back as if for cobra. Inhale, raise the hands off the floor, lift the chest. See how you go, raise the legs. That bit's kind of optional, feel your back out. Shoot the hands back behind you for Salabhasana. Hold, breathe. Now lower the legs nearly to the floor. And then lift the legs from the front of the thighs. Get that different quality of lift here. Press the palms to the roof. Deep inhale. Exhale, slowly lower down, and again, rest. Release, release, release. Rock the buttocks a little side to side if they need it. Let there be a quality of letting go here. Not just of the physical body, but let some of the deeper layers just release through the navel, through the forehead. And then hands beside you as if we're setting up for cobra, which this time we are. Feet hip distance apart. Roll the shoulder blades in, back and down by the work of the upper arms. All right, inhale, press into the hands, lift the chest. Let's get some back release here. Exhale, tuck the toes. Roll the buttock back to the heel. Keep the arms extended long as we traction the spine. Now stay here, a few breaths, just let that tractioning happen, or lift the body up into downward dog. So this is going to work in either shape. Now come and bring your mind's eye to the front ribs and knit the front ribs down and let the back ribs lift up. So spread your back like you're trying here to create this beautiful traction in the spine. Whether your hands are, whether your knees are on the floor or not, whichever version you're working with, press the hands forward and down. It's not a rest pose. All right, let's all come to downward dog. And walk the feet forward to the top of the mat. Hip distance apart with the feet, or wider if the back is a little tight right now. Half lift with your inhale, look up, open your chest. Fold with your exhale, drop it down. Okay, see if you can bring your fingertips to the floor outside the little toe side of the foot. It's okay to bend the knees. I work with bent knees in this pose myself. If you're working with bent knees, though, I want you to make sure that the knees are not falling out to the left and right. Imagine you had one of those exercise bands around the top of the knees, the bottom of the thighs there, that just kept the outer knee tracking at the little toe side. Can you just lengthen the back ribs down now? So as if those back ribs are moving away from the hips, creating even more space in the lower back. Again, we're just decompressing those back bends. And every now and again, just lift up, hollow the belly and come back down again. It's almost like you kind of got something like a dowel or a rolling pin into the belly and you tuck it all up and back. This way you really can spread the back. Inhale. Exhale, slowly round up like a rag doll to stand. As you breathe in, go ahead and shift the arms up, reach up, palms together. And exhale, bring the palms of the hands down into prayer over the chest. All right, let's take a moment now and take that chair. Let's go and grab that chair. Hopefully it's not too far away. Open it up and have the back of the chair facing you. Feet hip distance apart. Have all 4 feet on the chair on the sticky mat, just so that you can feel that it is solid and it's not going to let you down in just a minute as we move into some balance poses. And you've got this chair here to help you out. So little toe side parallel to the outer edge of the mat, feet at hip distance apart. We start like this so that as we move into the balance poses, there's no corruption here in the hips, the thigh, the lower back on the standing leg side. So drop your weight into your right foot. Okay, and just start to bring that left leg up into tree pose. So you can work at the inner thigh, you can work at the inner calf, you can work at the inner ankle. So I want you to feel like you just can choose where it's right for you to work. You've got your hands on that seat in front of you, so you can choose to work there or bring the hands to prayer. Or let's interlace the fingers if you feel like you've got clean, clear balance here, and swing the arms upwards towards the ceiling. So there's a few different places for you to work with the arms here. All right, hold the shape. Now, as you press into that right standing foot, use that to suction cup the right hip in. The right hip falls out. It's the standing leg. It falls out like you're carrying a bag of laundry, a basket of laundry on that outer edge. You want to pull it in so that the whole right seam of the body stabilizes. Good. Okay, now from here, you want to move the abdominal muscles away from the left knee. So the abdominal muscles move to the right, stabilizing the hips as the left knee moves back to the left. Shoulder blades falling down the back, reach up from the side ribs into the wrists. Okay, again, lift the back ribs up off the hips. Feel the steadiness in the pose here as you balance where you descend and where you rise. Inhale. Exhale, lower the hands and lower the left foot. Take a round of breath to kind of just recalibrate and get the feet on the ground. And again, you've got the chair. So we're going to bring the right leg up into your version of that tree pose. So inner thigh, calf, or ankle. All right, you've got the balance. That's why the chair's there. So you can focus on the balance of the internal body without having to worry too much about the balance of the external body. So hands to the chair, especially if you're working with ankle injuries, knee weaknesses. Hands to palms to prayer is a good place to work if you just want to kind of test out balance, work it in small increments. Otherwise, try it. Interlace the hands to the webbing, but go the weird way. And then inhale, sweep the arms up towards the roof. Now think again, that left hip, it wants to sink out to the left. It wants to kind of catch that basket of laundry. That's what I always think about. So you press into the left standing foot to help you suction cup that outer left hip in. Okay, now we want the abdominal muscles to move to the left of the pose this time. But they're moving to the opposite side. It's subtle, but you'll feel it assist you in the balance. All right, shoulder blades down the back. Lift the arms, the palms higher from how you work in the side ribs of the body. All right, now last action. Lift the back ribs up off the hips. And feel the pose come deep into that basket of the belly, the hara, and be both descending and rising at the same time. Deep breath here, inhale, and exhale, let it go. Take a moment, readjust. A full round of breath in that Tadasana. Okay, part 2. All right, left leg. So first of all, just check that the little toe side of the foot is parallel to the outer edge of the mat. Bring the left foot up into the tree pose. 3 is the charm, right? Okay, and let's just keep the hands on the backrest of the chair for a moment, or palms to prayer for a moment as we steady at this point. Now, we've been here before, so there's a sense of knowing here. See if you can move the belly to the right. See if you can lift the back ribs, and see if you can come more quickly into the pose. From here now, we're going to extend it into Hasta Padangusthasana 2. So we'll take that left big toe and hold it in the left hand, trigger gripped. Keep working here. So that would look like right hand on the chair, steadying you, left hand holding the left big toe and the knee lifted. Okay, that might be enough for you. If you can go a little bit further, extend the left leg and open the back of the knee. And if you can go further still, and you want to move into the full balance pose, take the right arm off the chair, palm up, and take the full pose. Here, move the belly to the right, lift the back ribs up, suck that outer right hip in, and release. Come back to Tadasana and take a full round of breath. In through the feet. Exhale, crown down. Okay, number 2. So we'll set the feet up, little toe side parallel. Right foot comes up into your version of that tree pose. Okay, now take a moment, wherever you're working, keeping hold of the chair or not, move the belly to the left, lift the back ribs, suction that outer left hip in, and stay here. Okay, when you're ready, keeping left hand on the chair, bring the right hand to trigger grip the right big toe, and just keep that left hand on the chair to steady you. Keep working the outer hip in. If you've got a little bit more range in this right leg, try straightening it out. If the balance is there today, lift the left arm and turn the palm to the roof. Okay, belly to the left. Back ribs lift. Outer hip on the left side sucks in, lift to the crown, breathe in. Breathe out, let it go. Oof. Again, a nice full round of breath in that Tadasana shape. 3 times the charm. Set your feet. Tree pose, left side. Okay, you've got your chair there, so you can work with that. Trigger grip the right big toe. Come into your version of that Hasta Padangusthasana, so straight leg or bent. Holding the chair or not. Inhale. I'm going to do this with a bent knee. So slowly bend the left knee. Okay, bring the left knee to the center and switch hands. Hold the right hand, left knee. Right hand, left knee. Turn the torso towards the left. Now, if it's too much, you're going to bring your left foot to the seat of the chair. Use your right hand to assist you to turn. If it's too much, if the balance isn't there. If the balance is there, work the pose. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly release. Tadasana, full round of breath. Inhale. Exhale. Feel everything slowing through the balance work. Feel the narrowing field of focus. Okay, right leg into tree pose, last side. Okay, your chair's there. So don't struggle with balance. Work on what you can refine through lifting the back ribs and expanding the upper body and descending deep into the legs and low body. Okay, Hasta Padangusthasana 2. Ring grip the right big toe with the right hand. Possibly extend the leg out. Lift the left arm. Falling is balance as well. Everything teaches us. Okay, bend the right knee, sorry. Swing it around to the front. Okay, now we change hands. So the left hand holds the shin, the top of the knee. We twist to the right. Okay, you've got the chair there. Drop your foot to the chair if balance is hard here. And just let the left hand assist you. Turn the gaze. Breathing in. And breathing out, release. Deep, slow breaths. Let everything fall. Feel the ground and the way that it rushes up to meet you. Okay, so we're going to just take a pose to sort of bed this quiet, concentrated space a little deeper into the body. We'll continuing to work with the chair, all four legs on the sticky mat. We'll need a bolster and a blanket. Now, in this shape, we're going to drape a blanket over the backrest of the chair because that backrest is going to come into the fold of the legs in just a moment. Because we've all got different size chairs and different size bodies, then you have to be a little bit creative with your props. So you might need two blankets here. So just use your intelligence. It shouldn't feel like you're struggling in the shape. Ideally, we want to fold the chair. Swing that bolster around in front of you and stack it long ways down the chair. Again, I'll just reiterate that the chair's on an angle and it's right up in the crease of the leg, like where the body folds, hinges. Okay, dig the feet into the sticky mat and real slow, bring yourself halfway down. Just have the feet at about chair width apart, little toe side of the foot parallel to the outer edge of the mat. So check your feet. Breathe here. Belly drops, chest lifts. We're in a halfway lift. And slowly go a little deeper down. Adjust your bolster if needed. Turn the head to one side. Let's make sure I'm on the right side with my microphone. And just let the chair do the work here. Deepen the breath. See if you can just let everything go. If it feels tight for you, you can always walk the feet out to the width of the mat. If it feels like you have a lot of space, walk the feet into like hip distance apart. If you feel like you could do with a folded blanket around the chest or into the belly, pack it in. Soft arms. Let's turn the head to the other side. In this shape, we want the feet underneath the buttocks, not stepped too far back. Just be more of a downward dog. So let's try and keep it more of a forward fold quality. It's kind of good to do all up about 3 minutes in this shape, just to give the back body time to come to symmetry, come to sameness, come to balance, come to equinox. Left side, right side, front of the spine, back of the spine. The places where we give out and put forward into the world, which tend to be more amplified in us, now balancing out as the back body is allowed to shine. And then real slow, just lift the head and walk yourself back up into that halfway shape. And then walk yourself all the way up the prop. Let's clear this all out of the way. I'm going to need 2 bricks for the next shape. So after all of that forward folding and the balance work, it feels right that we just kind of round the practice session off before we sit with a little bit of a back bend. So let's come on down to the mat, and we're going to go into a supported back bend here. So take 1 brick on its long face towards the top of the mat. Take the second brick on its medium face, and it makes like a T shape. The 2 bricks together make like a T shape. So you've got this long section that'll in a moment be between the shoulder blades, and the tall section, which in a moment will support the back of the head. All right, so dropping the buttock to the floor, always need to sort of use your hands a little bit to guide you into this shape. So come right on down to your forearms, lift your chest, and just slide that brick in. So the low brick, the like kind of leg of the T, so it's in between the shoulder blades, and then lower the back down. Use your hands once again to angle that taller brick, the cross of the T, and bring it underneath the head in a comfortable space. Let's just keep the knees bent for a moment. And when you feel ready, where we're going to go with the legs is into an out long position. There's so many different ways to do supported back bends. We're going to be working with 3 of them, about a minute in each. If you want to go a little further with this, we're going to, for the last kind of 30 seconds, drop that top brick a little lower so it's now at the same height as the bottom brick. You've got a little bit more range through the shoulders. You can take the arms overhead, get a big stretch through the chest. And we're deliberately not winding the legs into any particular shape, but letting them belong here so that we preface the flow of energy, especially after all of the balance work. Last few breaths. Good, and release the arms if you have them overhead. Get your elbows down on the floor, chin to chest, and slowly rolling up. Slide both bricks out, and we'll only need 1 for the next back bend. Slowly wind yourself down. Now this time that brick is going to go under the sacrum. So it can sit flat on its low end. It can go medium. It can go high. Let's all begin on a medium. Press the feet into the floor. Go ahead and lift the hips and place that brick underneath the bony plate of the sacrum. And just give the body a moment to find its neutral before deciding, do I flip the brick down and go lower? Do I stay where I am? Do I go higher? And if you're going higher, you're going to turn the brick on its tall end. Reach down now, and if you're on the tall end of the brick, you might be able to grab the feet or the ankles. Depends on your arm length. Wherever you're at, though, attempt to grab something. So the side of the mat or the heels and feet. We want to kind of close it off a little bit here. Now drop the elbow tips into the floor just a little bit. Use that to tuck the shoulder blades underneath you. Again, we're going to sort of take about a minute here. Now there's a little bit of energy in the feet. It's not a great deal because most of the weight is coming down through the pelvic bowl resting on the brick. It's like a fulcrum at the center of the pose. But see if you can kind of scoop the heels just a little bit towards the brick and just switch on that back body slightly so you're not fully collapsed. Keep the shoulder blades working underneath the pose, digging the elbows down into the floor. Long breath. All right. And when you're ready, pressing your feet into the floor, lift your hips. Let's remove that brick. Widen at the collarbones, shoulder blades, and just slowly roll the spine down until the sacrum comes like easy to the floor. A few deep breaths, kind of let the body decompress. And then rolling up through the middle or out to the side. I'm going to set up for the last one. 3 is the charm. So let's take a blanket, and we want the blanket more or less in a shoulder stand fold. And we're going to, on its long edge, make a nice tight roll. Let's bring that up to the top quarter of the mat. Make sure it's firm. If it's too kind of sloppy, it just doesn't really work. You need a little bit of firm there. Go ahead and lie down so that you've got that roll underneath the shoulder blades. Drop your head back to the floor. Yeah, it should feel good. So if you need to wriggle a little bit further forward, do so, or a little bit further back, do so. Arms out to the sides of the body, palms up. Again, let's take legs out long, uncomplicating this. Again, we'll spend about a minute here. So can you really deeply drop the chest now? A series of 3 back bends helps you slowly clear the residual resistance and holding, till at last you can let the heart soften and fall back. In amongst these equinox days, the magnetosphere of the earth literally cracks a little, and more light is given access. It's hard for us to absorb the light. It's hard for us to integrate the light if we're busy with mundane things. It's not a luxury to go higher. It's not a luxury to spend time on your spiritual work. It really should be part of your daily devotions. So give yourself to it as if the practice were as wholesome and nourishing for you as a good meal, a good night's sleep, a good deep breath. And when you're ready, let's just try to disturb yourself as little as possible and remove that roll out from underneath you. You can stuck it under your head if you like, but we're going to come down and just kind of take a brief integrative Shavasana shape here, letting the full body weight, length come down into the horizontal, as if we were bringing it down itself to that 0 degree point, horizon, balance, midpoint. And just breathe and allow the integration here to be one of equilibrium. Letting go of the highs and lows for a moment, of the valley and the trough. And just claiming this steadiness, the nourishing, the comfort of the middle zones. The northern and the southern hemispheres drawn together in this moment. Even though we are seasonally opposite, we can both know this 3 days of balance in the same way. And at the end of that 3 days, our northern hemisphere friends will start the descending journey, accelerating now into the summer cycles. And here in the southern hemisphere, we start the movement towards our autumn, our winter. But the work at the balance point is to not be inhabiting either. Just being here and now in the ultimate of mindfulness. And then when you're ready, just slowly roll yourself over to one side and reorient to a seated position. If you need to use the blanket to sit on, or a brick, even the chair, something that you can maintain for about 5 minutes. And once you're there and the work of clearing the resistance is done, start slowly working that Ujjayi breath into the belly in a deep, slow draft of inhale, right, pulled from that diaphragm space. And the resonant woodiness of the exhalation, like you're tapping a big oak barrel, emptying its contents till you feel the letting go below the navel. Those who have a little bit more of a practiced pranayama Might like to just puff that breath out, clear it out, make sure that it's finished and done. I'm just going to go into a really simple practice of Nadi Shodhana, the alternating nostril breathing, as the great leveler. So make prana mudra with the right hand, index finger and tall finger tucked to the base of the thumb. And inhale, bring the right hand up to the face, holding just above the flare of the nostril. As you exhale the breath, let all go. Clear it out. Close off both. Open the left. Breathe in. Close it off. Open the right. Breathe out. In through the right. Out through the left. Just keep with this. In the left, out the right, in the right, out the left. See if you can just let the breath be continuous and don't count. Let the internal balance of the body be revealed in the breath. There's no need to count. The balance is there. Those with a little more practice with the breath, just narrow off the nostrils and let's just slow it down. And it's as if we're slowing time, bringing everything to that dissolving liminal place where the mundane, the formed, starts to slide away. And the space of formlessness starts to balance out. We live with both of these polarities all the time. Every dream that we have that then turns into a manifestation, a thing, a service, an offering, that's formless into form. Each one of us in our physical skin was formless before we became form. So you see, we have a tendency to lean to the form, to want science to explain something. We are moving now in different days. And if we can extend our intelligence to encompass the formless along with the intelligence of the form, then we become expanded, liquid, and wise. And just work it around to exhalation through the left nostril. Please don't rush. Just let it be a natural exhalation and an ending. As you inhale, take that breath through both nostrils. It'll feel sweet and you'll notice the calibration of balance in you. And then as you exhale, lower the right working hand, just sitting, hands to the knees or to the lap, whatever's comfortable. And the natural breath is there. I want to wish you all a beautiful equinox. Encourage you to do this practice a few times over the coming days or perhaps the coming week. Just embody that place of equinox deep in you so that you know it viscerally, that you can language it from the inside out. I wish you all a beautiful day. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste. See you soon.